Michelle Esteban. A huge traffic disruption in Seattle today as pro-Palestinian protesters blocked the northbound lanes of I-5 in Seattle for nearly 5 hours. The group of about 100 protesters stood in the freeway between Denny and Olive and also used vehicles to block the road. KOMO's Paul Rivera was there as this all played out. Paul, take us, if you will, through the day here.
Well, Michelle, the protesters told me they want a ceasefire in Gaza, and they were ready to cause a disruption in order to achieve that goal. Well, they certainly did cause a disruption today, although some drivers who were out there today might disagree strongly with their methods. Let's take you back. This all started around 1:30 as the protesters made their way onto I-5, chanting that they want to stop to what they call genocide in Gaza. Drivers, they had to be detoured onto I-90. At one point in the afternoon, we saw an ambulance stuck in traffic. Other first responder vehicles, too, were trying to get through the area. This continued for hours as State Patrol calmly stood far away and allowed them to continue to block the interstate. A dispersal order was issued by Seattle police. It was not followed. Then a second one was issued, which was also ignored for about half an hour. Eventually, it was the weather that might have helped clear everyone out of the cold rain. It turned into hail, and there was lightning in the sky. We talked with those protesting today about why they're doing this. What do you say to people that are just everyday Seattleites trying to get somewhere that are upset you're causing this disruption?
So we hear you, and we apologize for the inconvenience. I'm sure that the goal and the target is not commuters, is not average people trying to get from A to B. So we invite those people to examine the complicity of the U.S. government that we live in the genocide that's going on in Gaza. We invite them to look at what is actually happening.
So it wasn't until close to 5 p.m. that the protesters started to walk away, but then they left a line of cars blocking the interstate. Ultimately, though, those cars were all towed away. So those protesting, they're going to have to go and get their vehicles back. Now, while it is illegal to block the interstate, Washington State Patrol told me tonight in a statement that no arrests have been made, but they did say they are still investigating. They also say they have information now on those 12 vehicles that were left behind. Michelle, they said it took so long for law enforcement to move in and to break this up because they say they didn't have enough resources and they needed to call extra troopers in. Michelle?